Okay, here we go. Let me explain. This is a new video. I already explained it once, but we're going to explain it again. Powell is center is at 164. The sides is roughly about 170. We got some bacteria sitting in here. Uh, I did have this all closed up. This had a tarp on it overnight, and I can see it all grew in here. It was actually on top, so I opened it up, let it sit. I worked third shift, so I took a nap real quick. But for the most part, it's time to turn. Here's our other cage, pallet right behind it. We're going to put the center in first. We're going to take the top. We're going to set on the side, and we're going to put the center on the bottom, and then um, the top goes in the middle, and the bottom becomes top. So we rotate it. All right, let's go ahead and get our pitchfork. Let's get our shovel close to us. These are the two things we're going to be using anyway. The shovel right here. All right, here we go. Top. Go there right here. Scoops off the top. Our ground is has fabric barrier on it. A little bit of the top, a little bit of the sides. Yep, and Tino bacteria. Hopefully, they got a whole bunch of it, but you never know. In the beginning of the pile, I think it's dominant that it always has that. But for the most part, it is there. We do identify that. The other pile right next to it, that's the one that's done. It's in the cooling stage, which is can't remember the name of we just went over this in the class. I have to look that up, what that name was again. It's kind of hard to actually get the sides like this. We'll do the best we can. We don't get a lot of the side. We do try to get as much as we can. Everything that hits the ground goes in later. Most likely, I think what's going to happen, I might end up turning this pile probably about 7 or 8 times. That one was turned 7. The same material, the only thing that's different is I think this pile's a little bit bigger volume wise. Just because I stuffed it as best I can more. Okay, here we go. Center. We want to actually make sure this is all broken up, so we don't want to take too much. And we want to wet this as we go. We're going to try to leave like a bowl in the middle. Boy, that mug's steaming. This also, the bottom will shape our net here, cage. Because I want this as round as possible for that center to actually be a true center. Should be good. Yeah, buddy. This is the hardest part about this whole thing. But other than that, man, this is actually fun to do. It'd be cool if I had help, but kids don't want help. Shake it up, make sure it's broken up real good. Spread it out if you have to. At first, I was always aiming for a 30 to 40 um, percent moisture content, and I was mistaken. It's supposed to be 50. So that explains why my other pile was staying dry. The smell content of this is actually pretty good. Doesn't really stink or anything like that. The only Actino I see so far is on the top. That's pretty good. It's got a little smell to it, but not an unpleasant smell. Just smell like compost. Compost down. I think this pile was bigger because of my hay, my brome hay. It just seemed like it was bigger than that one. But that was 33 days, I think. This was only 4 days, maybe. All right. I think this is about the point we'll put some more water on it. Timing. I want to time this as fast as possible because it's it'll cool down on you. I got a barrel here with humic acid, 55-gallon barrel. Put on my mist. Mist it down real good. We're not trying to overwater it. We're just trying to mist it. It's got humic acid in it. I love humic acid. Uh-oh. Too much water, we already know, will be it'll kill the pile as far as cool it down too much. So we don't want too much water. You can see my handle's dripping. Got to figure out what the hell I got to do with that. I got to fix that. I got a little bitty pump in there. Just pumping that. Okay, moving on. Let's keep this thing going. Let's see if I can get this done in less than an hour. It's usually been taking me about an hour, hour and a half to do this. Keep get the center as best you can. don't want the power to fall too far off. So what I've been kind of doing is like digging like a hole. Heat rises, so I kind of understand why they want the middle on the bottom. So your power heat back up as quick as possible. I can see that all day. That's understandable. Uh, 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 falling apart now. Yep. The sides has Antino. Pretty good amount too. Let's check the moisture level in there. Oh yeah, we're good. I'll show you that. At least for this part of it, it's good. You might not be able to see that. Too busy focusing on my face. But we're at 50, maybe 60%. Shake her down, shake her down. Spread out. Hopefully nobody calls me. I forgot to turn my phone off. As far as phone calls and text messages. Because that would kill my video. That was one of the problems I was having. As you can tell, my pile looks actually kind of huge. Let's go compost down. And this has hold this whole pile together. Kind of makes it a little harder to dig out. Okay. As I'm doing this, I'm looking for these big chunks. When I first built this pile, I actually broke all my big chunks up. I mixed all that, the manure, and anything that was smaller first. I mixed those together, broke all that stuff up as best I could. Because when I built my first pile, I noticed I was leaving chunks and chunks that was breaking up on the way. So I broke all that, mixed it all together first and broke that stuff up before I put any hay or grass or anything like that in there. So it looks pretty broken up. Makes it makes your job a lot easier later. All right, I think we'll get down to the bottom of that. I think I want to split this with a little bit of water. A little bit of water. This thing, I keep plugging it up. So we got to find something else. Water fires it back up. Keeps the microbes moving around so they don't get too dry. They'll still move within the pile, but keeping that moisture content on it will help it heat back up. I might have to switch or something for that. Yeah, I might have to get a switch or something like that for that, either the power or I need to fix that hose from it leaking like that. Okay, it's kind of a lot there, but let's go ahead and get this in. That's cooling down pretty quick. Great. Kill all that in. Tino. We want to get this in the center as best as possible. Look at that. Look at all the hay. Make sure that's broken up. Make sure you get some good old brown manure on top of that. Cook all that. Oops. Okay. See a couple chunks. Let's see. Oh, that's wood. Put it right in the middle. All right. Let me get this broom. I like to sweep this up. I broke my broom the other day. Got to buy a handle. Should have bought a handle. I forgot to get a new handle. I'm sure I even have one laying around here. Try to keep my mess clean as possible, best I can. All right, let's see. Bring it back. All right, here we go. Yep. We're in the 30 minutes in. And as you can see, how dark it got. Got dark pretty quick. All right. That's in. Let's set this off to the side. We'll start putting that other stuff in. The sides. That's pretty much going to make it almost to the center as well. Make sure we fluff all that up. Yeah, a lot of actinobacteria on the sides. Hopefully we get that taken care of. Because this pile was super wet in the beginning. I felt like I overwatered it or oversaturated it. But when I found out it was, like I said, I was shooting for 30 to 40. And that was wrong. It's 50. I think when you first build your pile, it's probably going to be more like 60, 70. And that's when you create the bacteria if you're not careful. I don't know if you can see me shaking that. Yep. I'm most positive I had a little bit of compaction. That's why I see so much Tino. I feel like the pile was just a little bit too wet at one point in time when I first built it. This stuff is still wet pretty good, and I'm not going to water it. I'm going to keep going. Oh, lost my camera. Hold on. Oh, yeah. Sorry. This is one of the things I got to correct. We're 26 minutes into the video. Come on. If I move too fast, the thing loses me. Look, see, it lost me already. See that thing steaming? Yeah, let's get that thing done. As long as it's pointing to the power, I guess it'll be all right. Spread it out evenly. I can tell when it's compacted like that. Well, you probably can't see that. I come off like a pan. Little compaction. When you put that in, make sure you break that up. Break that up good. All right. I'm gonna get better about videoing. I found, I think, a better setting to upload my videos. Of course, I was trying to do high definition, like 4K, best quality picture. And that's not the best setting for videos on YouTube unless you got some super fast computer or something and a lot of memory, a lot of storage. Yeah, this has got plenty of moisture. Oh, that's that mushroom. Let's make sure we get that underneath it. Ooh, look, there's stuff growing already. You know what that is? I know exactly what that is. That's the hemp seeds. It's already growing. A bunch of it. But it's all about to die now. So that's wild. I didn't think it'd make through the temperatures, but it is. We should make it this time. I think I just keep adding it to the top and hopefully it just falls off and rolls off, then I'll smooth it out. I still haven't figured out what I'm gonna do for storage for these yet. Because every couple of weeks I'm gonna build a new one of these piles. Once I get one so far along to where it starts to cool down, that way I ain't gotta maintain it as much. I'll start another one. Uh, you don't want to take too long building this thing back. You're gonna lose all your heat. So you don't work until you're done. At least have enough time to actually finish it. Right? You know what I'm saying? Once you start, don't stop. Don't start, come back 2 hours later, expect it to be able to heat up still. May or may not. So it's best to start it and finish it. Don't stop. Unless you got emergency. But other than that, don't stop. I try to explain to my wife that once I start, you can't stop. You lose what you're trying to accomplish. All right. This is the only chunks I see is some of this um, mushroom block. Some of it didn't actually get broken up, which is fine and dandy. Okay. Now I'm gonna get that pallet out the way. It's gonna be a lot quicker for me to finish it off. Pallets are good, but they're heavy. They're pretty heavy pallets. Heavy duty. They're plastic, so if you got them in the greenhouse, over time, eventually what's going to happen, these are going to get really brittle, which they already started. So even this out a little bit. I think moisture level's good still. Where's my shovel? Right here. Find me a couple more plastic pallets. Spread that out. That's actually cutting down a lot from when I built it. Spread that out. Try to get it to the edges as best as possible. The way you fill up the volume of the cylinder. Stuff actually composts down a lot better. I think we'll add a little water here. Add a little water. And put the rest on top. I do not like adding water. I wouldn't add water while the compost is on the ground. I think that just becomes a mess. Yeah, I always thought they were supposed to be at 30, 40. I don't know where I was reading that at. 30, 40. No, that's 50. That explains a lot. But my pile still was wet enough to actually compost and catch temperature like it should. I don't think there's very much that's different. It wouldn't, but the more moisture, the hotter it gets, I'm sure the microbe will be able to move around. And if it doesn't fit, don't smash it. You defeated the whole purpose. You do the best you can. Whatever you do, don't smash it, make it fit. It's going to shrink. Spread it out. Take your time. Right now. Spread it out. If you have to, make like a little bowl so when you stick more on top, it doesn't fall over, roll off the side. Just spread it out. See a ball like that, roll it, undo it. Spread it out. I got a lot of mushroom spores in here. Spread it out just like that. Keep going. Right in the middle. This pile's pretty big. Right on top. Pretty cool. Broom. I gotta get another handle. Keep an eye on your contamination. That's a big thing. Make sure you try not to contaminate one pile from the other. Especially the further you go along in the composting thing, cooling phase. You don't want that contaminated. Get that moisture in there. Remind me to buy another broom handle. Probably have one. Remember, don't squish it in there. Just set it right up on top. Spread it out gently. Hopefully it doesn't roll off the side on you. Get it all back up in there. Yep. Take care of your pile. Like it's like your birthday or something. What you did, really. You're growing something. Check on it, make sure there's no chunks in there. And then I'll put some moisture on top in a minute. All this is cold now, but this will heat up again all day. You want all that in there. No man left behind. Nothing. One more final sweep. All right. A couple pieces keep falling out. It's all good. Keep going. You need those. All right, there we go. Pile's done built. I'll spread it out just a little bit. Oops, excuse me. Spread this out a little bit. Like I said, I'm not packing it in. I just want it kind of as best even as possible. Plus, I'm checking for clumps or anything like that that I can break up right here by hand. For the most part, people don't even want to touch this stuff like this. Shit. I plays in cattle manure. Of course, you got to wash your hands because it's still got pathogens and stuff like that in it. It could possibly get you sick. You don't know that yet. We haven't did an assessment on it. We haven't seen anything in it. Not this powder. I like my pals pretty. Look good. Evenly. This will probably drop 2 inches by the time in the morning. Watch. Watch what I say. All right. Give it a splash of water all the way around. We'll call it good. Tomorrow I got to clean my buckets off. I lost time, not time, but not track of time, but I had to actually go to work, so I didn't get a chance to clean my bucket. So tomorrow it's gonna be bucket day cleaning. I'll take long. Just ain't had time. I got family in town right now too. One thing I've learned with my other pile is go ahead and cover that thing regardless, because you're gonna lose a lot of moisture if you don't. So might as well go ahead and cover it. Keep it elevated so you can airflow through there. But for the most part, go ahead and cover it. I'm losing a lot of water on the ground. I'm losing more water to the ground than I'm actually putting on the dang pile. We got to fix that. That's gonna be another thing, project for tomorrow. Gotta fix this hot nozzle. Try to make it quick connect type thing, but of course it's not working. Easy fix. We're gonna check this other pile too, because I know it needs moisture. It's probably about 8 or 9 o'clock at night right here. That way I get the moisture penetrate to the center. All right. So we got that. So what I do to elevate my pile, tarp, I got this PVC. I got a bunch of it all over the dang place. So if it needs it or not, I put it in. Just to elevate the tarp. Where's my thermometer? We want to take a reading, just so we know how much it dropped and what it's going to climb to. About there. We're going to go about right there at work. Let's see where that's at. Meantime, let's look at this. Yep, dry. It's drier. Get my gloves. Can you see me? Let's bring this over here. You can see it, pal? Okay, let's see. Let's put both of them in the frame. There you go. Now, like I said, this one was built first. Look at the volume size difference. That's what I'm saying. I'm not for sure if this had enough, even though it went through and it passed and everything. I think it could have been a little short, because I think once that's done, that's almost going to be really even with the dang cage, which is perfect. All right, let's dig down. This is actually pretty cold. It feels like, at least. Oh yeah, but it's so dry it's breaking apart the center. And see, I need to figure out. I know you have to water it more and more and more, but I don't want to oversaturate it. So I need to talk to one of my mentors and see what we need to do or what I got to do to get moisture back in. Maybe, probably gonna say turn it again and water as you go. Don't saturate it. Just turn it again. That's probably what I would think how you would do it to get water back in it, moisture back in it. It's a good amount of moisture, because right now this is all day shoot below 20. At least a good 20. And on the sides, yep, same thing. All right. So, like I said, I've been moisturizing, watering this down and throwing a tarp on it every day. And just kind of sifting through it. Probably don't need to do this because this is going to break up naturally, but it's just going to take longer. It's actually looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. What we at on temperature? Right at about 100. And see, when I built this pile, I didn't break all these chunks up good enough like I should have. And so when I built that pile, I broke the chunks up first before I put anything in it, which was the cattle manure. They had the biggest chunks. So I broke all those up first on the ground first. Then I added the mushroom, I believe, and make sure all that mushroom blocks, make sure that was all broke up. I did the defined particles first to incorporate that and get that mixed up real good with the compost first. Then once I was done with all that, that's when I added the bigger stuff. I added the leaves, incorporate that real good. Then I threw the